Are you terrified of dying in unbearable pain, or does losing your limbs to leprosy scare you? A new video reveals the world's most frightening diseases, from bacteria causing face to rot and die to worms that burrow into the eyes leaving sufferers blind. Not for the squeamish, it shows an agonizing condition that turns people's muscles into solid bone. It also reveals a nasty bacteria found in contaminated shellfish that can trigger severe cramps and diarrhea, eventually causing the immune system to weaken. Below, we reveal the most grisly conditions in the history of medicine. Noma, cancrum oris, ulcers form on the mouth, slowly eating away at the flesh until only yellowing teeth and jawbone is visible. This is not a scene from a horror film, but a condition called noma which still kills 90% of impoverished children who catch it. Mostly found in Asia and Africa, bacteria gets into the body as a result of poor hygiene or contaminated water, causing the flesh on face to become gangrenous and wither away. The disease, also known as cancrum oris, is rapidly progressing and affects the genital areas as well as the mouth. Once, the condition was far more common, even in developed European countries and in the United States. It was widespread among inmates and concentration camps during World War II due to the horrendous conditions. Noma occurs when bacteria get into the body, generally a result of poor hygiene, contaminated water, lack of nutrition or diseases which cause the immune system to weaken. While it has largely disappeared from industrialized areas, without treatment, noma kills 90% of children who catch it. Emecytoma, also known as Madura's foot. This is a fungal infection capable of spreading all throughout the body but is typically found on the legs and feet. Initially, one suffering from this disease will notice a swelling on the foot, followed by a discharge of pus. The fungus then spreads, causing huge eruptions all over the appendage and serious damage to the surrounding tissue. Eventually, this inhibits the use of the foot or leg. Madura's foot is actually fairly painless, which often leads to a late diagnosis. There are currently no vaccines to treat it, but it can be avoided by keeping your hands and feet clean as well as emerging shoes while in fields and other natural areas. Although it is endemic in Africa, India and the Central and South Americas, it has also been found in southern U.S. states and in homeless people or those suffering HIV. Leprosy. Leprosy is a contagious infection that causes inflammation in the skin, eyes, nerves and respiratory tract. It is contracted from exposure to a certain type of bacteria called Mycobacterium. Symptoms can actually go unnoticed for years, resulting in poor eyesight, the loss of feeling in the limbs or infected area. As people lose feeling in their limbs, wounds and infections occur and eventually they may lose parts of their body. Leprosy has been around for thousands of years, and in the old days they used to quarantine anyone with leprosy into leper colonies so the disease would not spread. But modern science has proven that it's actually not all that contagious, so taking such measures did little to stop it. Leprosy is often referenced in the Bible, although scholars believe any biblical reference to the word likely refers to not just leprosy as we know it today, and also a wide array of diseases involving scaly skin. Filaria worm, also known as LOA worm. Filaria worm is a parasite that has the ability to live in people's eyes. It affects over 200 million people and is the second leading cause of blindness worldwide. Filaria worms are not contained just in the eyeballs, and when they occur elsewhere in the body they cause a condition called elephantiasis, which results in the lower extremities swelling up larger than normal. Other potential symptoms include a rash, intense abdominal pain, arthritis and papules. Curing filaria worm infections depends on exactly what type of filariasis one has, and is often treated with antibiotics, Vibrio vulnificus. This is an extremely virulent bacteria that can cause a severe infection. It is contracted through eating raw shellfish and swimming with an open wound, as well as stings from stingrays. This disease comes with many symptoms including vomiting, intense diarrhea, blistering dermatitis and severe abdominal pain. To make matters worse, Vibrio vulnificus weakens the immune system, affecting both the liver and bloodstream and ultimately killing those who do not seek proper treatment. The origins of Vibrio vulnificus only date back to 1979. Scientists believe this is because of the general increase in temperature and a decrease in the salt levels on the coast, leading to an increase in the pathogen. While it is most commonly contracted from you eating contaminated and raw shellfish, 2005 saw a massive increase in cases among the Hurricane Katrina victims in New Orleans who were surrounded by contaminated floodwaters. Pica. Pica is a disorder that causes people to inexplicably gain an appetite for non-food items. This can range from anything from paper and wood to feces or urine. This does not include people with mental disabilities or anyone who eats non-nutritious items for cultural or religious reasons, making it difficult to diagnose since it can potentially be caused by another unrelated disorder. Problems from pica can be quite severe. Feces and dirt cause health hazards. Additionally, someone with pica might ingest something toxic such as paint or lead, which can ultimately lead to poisoning. Elephant Man Syndrome. Joseph Merrick was born in Leicester, England in 1862. Joseph was born as a healthy baby, but as he grew older shows signs of use. 5 is developing lumpy skin with a similar color and texture to that of an elephant, and so he was nicknamed the Elephant Man. His right arm and hand grew to a disproportionate size to that of his left, and both his feet swelled up to enormous sizes. The skin on his face also appeared to be lumpy. To this day, medics are baffled as to the cause of Merrick's condition. Although there is no consensus, there have been a few theories submitted. Merrick himself believed, as did many people of his time, that his condition was a result of a maternal impression. This theory states that a deep emotional trauma or feeling experienced by a pregnant mother will have an effect on her unborn child's development. Apparently, Merrick's mother had been frightened and knocked down by elephants at the fair, and as a result she gave birth to what has become known as the Elephant Man.